What's one thing that this world desperately needs now?
Shame. We need some shame. Shame on everybody. Shame on you if I could see your nips in the grocery store. Shame on you if your booty cheeks are walking in front of your children. Shame on you for doing the twerking videos in front of your toddlers. Shame, 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 double shame. Okay, we need some shame. Yeah. I'm sick and tired of this no shame in heaven world. Okay, because now things are getting ridiculous. What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of It's Giving. I am your host, Sarah Fontenot, and if you have not yet, please hit that button below to get subscribed, okay? Hit that little bell so you get a notification with each new piece of content. Now, every week we are bringing you the real, the raw, the ugly, the beautiful, all of the things, sometimes with the questions and videos that you guys submit, and sometimes with the guests. Today, we are trying to get caught up on all of these questions, so without further ado, we got shot by Aneesa on the mic. What's up?
What's up, Sarah?
How you feel?
I feel good.
I love feeling good.
Yeah, girl.
I love it. We gonna get it. And we got creative director, producer of the year, who is Kenny V. What's up?
Oh, what's up, givers?
Oh, we
yeah. Another giving day.
Come on, hype. Come on, hype. I love it. Yeah. So it's gonna be great. So without further ado, I mean, we can just dive right in. Aneesa, what we talk about today?
We got questions.
Ooh, I love questions.
We got lots of questions. The
I
givers
love lots
came
of
through.
questions.
We love y'all.
We do.
Down.
And
okay?
do.
Sarah.
Yes.
Somebody's asking you specifically.
Oh.
You said to vet him.
Oh.
But what if he lies?
Okay. That's the end of the question?
Yes, Sarah.
I said vet him, but what if he lies while vetting? Well, vetting isn't only listening to what someone is saying. Vetting is also observing their action. So it's easy for someone to lie, but it takes time for their character to really show who they really are. And most times people will put a representative forward where for the first 6 months, they're not really who they are yet. They start turning into who they are from like month 4 to 6. And that's when you really get to identify whether you like this person or not. And that's why I think that abstinence is so important, because in that journey of abstinence, you didn't sleep with somebody you found out you just didn't even really like in the first place. So you get to take the time to make sure that you are not just listening to what this man is telling you, because us as women, we give the playbook all the time. We give away the cheat code. We'd be like, this is what we need. This is what I like. This is how I this. This is how I that. Then watch his actions, not just with gifts, but with character. You know, his mindset. How does he treat other people? How does he continue to show up for you? How do you continue to show up for him? What is he inspiring inside of you? You know, all of those different things. I like that question. Thank you, giver.
Right. There's another giver.
Oh.
These questions coming straight from the givers.
Okay.
At all times.
I love it.
So they said, Sarah.
Yes.
We never had the conversation on who's the prize, the man or the woman.
We're both the prize.
Expound on that.
We're both the prize. I feel like it's really feminine for a man to say, I'm the prize. That's so crazy to me.
Wait. Expound on that.
Well, to be a prize insinuates that you're being won, right? So that means that you're not in the pursuit. You're not conquering. You are the one that's being chased after, which in terms is really quite feminine. However, if you know that you're a solid catch, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
So men are the catch and women are the prize?
That's what I believe. But we're both the prize, ultimately. Like, the caveat to that is you are the prize when you have worked on yourself mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially, and energetically. That's what I believe when you're an actual prize. Because just being here on this earth, look, there are participation awards. Some people are a participation award. You're in it and you're here, and that's great, and it's necessary because you wouldn't have first place, second place, third place without everybody that's participating, right? However, in order to be a prize, you've really got to do the work to win first place, second place, third place. Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah.
My personal opinion.
That is very, very true.
But also, what do I know? You know?
Just saying, there's a lot of men who think they the prize out here.
That's so strange to me. But I do think it is important for people to know that, like, if they've done the work, as you should feel like you are a catch. You should feel like, you know, you worth something.
Mm-hmm. I believe that.
Yeah, me too.
One of the givers asked, Why isn't male masculinity valued at such a high standard as women femininity?
Why isn't male masculinity valued at the same standard as female femininity? I think that it is. I just think that it's being taught to be a dying breed. I think that now people are labeling masculinity as toxic masculinity so that they can get away with the fact that women are more feminine, especially in our community, and women are more masculine and men are more feminine, especially in our community. That's what I think. I wish that we were in a space where it all was just, masculinity should be pushed forward and that should be the thing. But also, it's not. They try to label it as toxic. Oh, that's toxic. Oh, he's sassy. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. I don't even really know that I know what sassy means.
So from what my opinion is, and on live, please give the definition if you see fit. Sassy, when a woman calls a man sassy, is normally when a woman wants a man to pay her bills. Or, let's say I'm a man and I want to take you out on a date.
Okay.
And you're like, well, I need my hair and my nails done to go on this date. And I'm like, okay, well, you go do that and I'll see you later. You're like, no, I need you. You are the one that's asking for my time.
Yeah.
So you should be paying for my nails and my hair because you're asking me to go out.
I have two questions to this already
I'm not
question.
done.
Wait.
I'm not done.
Okay.
You gotta let me finish.
Okay.
Patience.
Okay. I'm here.
Then when I proceed to tell you, why would I do that? This is just the first date. And you're like, because you're the man. I'm like, I'm not doing that. You're like, oh, you must be sassy. You must like men. Because the man's
That's the definition of sassy. If he doesn't pay for your nails and your first question is, why are your hair and your nails not already done? Like, why is this not a lifestyle for you? If you only get your hair and nails done when you go on a date, I got questions for you. You are not regular at taking care of yourself, which makes me question a little bit of everything about you. You know, like why is it dependent on any man for you to take care of you? And also, why are you saying I use my time? Because let me be clear. I am one of those women who take time to get ready. Okay. Do you see me? Lashes, makeup, hair,
I've witnessed
done.
it.
Okay. And I
witnessed it.
take my time. However, just because I'm exchanging time and energy, what am I exchanging it for? I'm not exchanging it for money. That's prostitution. I am exchanging it for other time and energy. So for me to say I'm taking my time to come out with you, well, is he also not taking time to come out to see you? Is he also not treating you to the meal? Is he also not putting in the effort of reaching out to you and facing rejection and the odds that could possibly happen to
Sarah?
reach out and create a date for you?
Her time is valuable, Sarah.
And so is his.
But Sarah,
Yes.
he's the one asking you. He should pay for your hair and your nails, girl.
No.
Your time is valuable,
Women,
girl.
and
You
this
are
is
a boss babe.
so this goes back to being feminine. Having your hair and your nails done is feminine. If a man comes to you and your stuff is not done, it should how bad is your hair anyway? Like, I can kind of understand if it's like I just had a gym day and it's the day before wash day. Now I get it. That is the worst day of the week. And I can attest to the day before my wash day. I'm texting my girl like, you sure I can't come in today? And she's like, no, you can't come in today. I say that to say that whether or not a man pays for it, it's going to get done. Now, if he does it, that's beautiful. Oh yeah, I had a crazy workout and I'm this close to an afro, you know, an untamed one at that. But thank you so much for doing that. Now, if he doesn't do it because you already planted the seed, it's only masculine men that love you that want to solve a problem. Masculine men are not committed to taking care of someone they don't even know. Why is he supposed to spoil you and treat you and do all these things for you? He doesn't even know you. And I'll also say for the men, here's a hack to the men. Can I go here? Men, if ladies, and I have said this before, if ladies want you to spend a ton of money on them, they don't like you. Because there is no woman that doesn't even know you, that's okay with you investing in her, because her ears should be going up. If you give me thousands of dollars off the jump, what do you want? What, like who sent you for real, right? That should be where her mind is going. Even if it's a few $100s to get my nails done. No, I'm thinking about your bank account and my bank account. And it's not necessary for you to do those things. It's very nice if you make the offer and the gesture, but it's not a necessity. And I think that if men are so caught up inside or if women are so caught up inside of, you need to do this for me, leave her alone. She's a taker. She's not there to give. She's there to get an experience out of you. She's there to use you, and she's there to get exactly what it is that she wants. Don't be that person. Don't do it. If she wants you to spend a bunch of money on her from the top, she doesn't like you. And also women, if he's not making effort to continue to plan dates and be intentional with getting together with you, even if that date is tea, even if that date is a dinner, even if that date is a night out dancing, whatever that may be, if he's not making intention and being consistent in communication, he doesn't like you. Because one thing about a man is when they want you, they will come for you every single time.
Right. That is very, very true. When they want you, they will come and get you.
Period.
That is. Next question. Why do some women use men's words against them?
I don't understand the question. Why
So,
do some women
let's
use
say-
men's words against them?
Let's say you're in a relationship. Let's say your man is having a bad day. Sarah, focus.
Sorry.
You are not paying me
See,
attention.
it's because my mic keeps lifting and it's I'm here with you, but then really my mind. Okay, back to you. Squirrel. Right. Oh, okay, yeah. Squirrel. Okay.
So let's say you in a relationship.
Oh.
And your man is, let's say he's grieving. Let's say his mom just passed away.
Oh.
And let's say he has a vulnerable moment. He's in shambles. He tells you something in confidence
Yeah.
that he would never tell anybody or normally wouldn't even mention, but it's just because he's so vulnerable. And let's say, he talks about how, he has regrets about, his mom's passing because, they didn't have a great relationship. And, he feels like he struggles in his relationship as a man to cater to his woman because of the lack of relationship he has with his mom. Let's say he says that to you specifically, right? And let's say you go back, y'all, let's say 6 months down the line, y'all have an argument. And you'll say, see, this is what you was talking about earlier. This is where you get from not having a relationship with your mama.
Oh my
because
God. I think you
can't
ain't even got to finish. There's
Yeah.
a special place in hell for that person. There is such a special place in hell for people that weaponize vulnerabilities to use them against the people you love most. In fact, I think that is, whether it's conscious or subconscious, a form of emotional abuse.
It is.
And it's because ultimately what you're doing is you're trying to control a scenario, but you're doing it using pain and revenge for whatever reason that you see fit to use that against your person. I think that is so low of a person, because there should be boundaries in a relationship. There should be things that are just off the table to happen in your relationship. Like for me, some of those things are, I'm not going to cheat. Another one of those things are I'm not gonna call my man out of his name ever in public. I'm not gonna raise my voice to my man ever in public. Certain things are just off the table, and not because of him, but because of my own barometer with self. And I feel like, I was talking with Kenny. This is one of the reasons why I love our team, because we're always talking about how to make the show better. And we were talking about how, how does someone that may not understand or maybe didn't get all the lessons learn how to be more of a high value person?
Which is very much me. I would be that person because my mom did not teach me better.
And that's okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's okay. And so inside of that, if you are one of those people that want to weaponize someone else's hurt, the first question that I'd have for you is, what just was triggered?
Right.
Because your triggers are actually really beautiful flags waving to you that there's pain here, there's hurt here. This needs to be touched, this needs to be fixed, this needs to be seen immediately, right? And so if someone is triggering you, number one, why is it so deep that you knee-jerk reaction is to hurt that person back? That's number one. Number two, Where is it in your childhood? If you go back, did you create a story around that trigger? Because you're really just hurting back because you've been hurt, right? The hurt that you have, where did you create a story that used to serve you in the past that doesn't serve you anymore? What I mean by that is, where is it, like when I was 10 years old, I created a story that said, if I let you in, you'll betray me. The reason why I created that story is because I invited, I'm going to call her Jane Doe, over to my house. We played, I was a dirty kid. She told everybody how nasty I was when really I asked her to show me how to be clean. And when she told everybody in school how nasty and disgusting I was, I created that story. Now, I didn't know that story until I was 28. And because I did not know that story until I was 28, I was subconsciously seeking the people, the places, the things that would validate, if I let you in, you'll betray me. It is no wonder why I didn't have a solid female with a moral compass that pointed upward. It pointed to hell, right? It was no wonder why my best friends at the time all slept with my man, like super close after
What
we
are
broke
you
up,
talking
right?
about?
Like we were broken up, but
Girl,
they still did it,
bye.
right? It was,
No.
but that's what I'm saying. It's no wonder why I was almost paralyzed in my first engagement, my first fiance. So when you sit and you look at the decisions that you make, they all come from a subconscious story that we have. So if you are the type of person that is knee jerking and you are saying, oh, the most painful thing that you could say to your partner, why do you feel like you need to hurt them that bad? Somewhere mentally,
Yeah.
emotionally, and spiritually, you are hurting and you have to do that work.
It's a pride and control issue. I went through that in my marriage. It's pride and control. So, do you feel complete?
I feel complete.
Next question. Why do men ghost women?
Why do men ghost women? I don't know why anybody ghosts anybody, but it has nothing to do with the person that's ghosted. If you're ever ghosted, that has everything to do with the person that ghosted you, their own inability to have real conversation, their own inability to they lack the ability to effectively communicate how they really feel. And honestly, you dodged a bullet. Anybody that ghosts you is weak. Anybody that ghosts you is like good for you. That's how I feel. Like, okay,
So,
it's been fun.
how should a woman react to
Don't. Who cares? You just saved yourself some grief. This person just walked away without the basic human, what's the word that starts with a C? Oh my gosh, all my words are gone these
Decency?
days. Yeah,
Without-
yeah, that one works too. Without the human decency of just being like, you know what, this isn't really working for me. I wish you well. If you ghost someone, it's just you're weak and that's okay. Enjoy that.
Would you ever allow a person who tried to ghost you or ghost you back into your life if there's been growth
Hell no.
at any point?
No.
Why not?
I don't ever go backwards, to be honest. I've never been like, yeah, let's work this out. Let's whatever. If I break up with you, I am done. That's it. There's
What if-
never coming back from that.
Never coming back from that. So, about the ghosting, when it comes down to speak to the women who accept the man back after being ghosted.
Well, my first question is, why would you? Where do you feel in your life that you need a man so bad that you're willing to take back a man that didn't have the basic human decency to communicate with you his desires? Like, this isn't like, oh, I really wanted to have milk and you got orange juice. Like, they just deaded you. You weren't even a human to them. They didn't care about how you felt. They didn't care about creating closure. They didn't care about you feeling like, you know, you were loved or appreciated or respected. They literally got up, left, and then you think you can come back for what? I'm sorry. I don't even, what's your name? That's how I would be. And this is probably an ego thing. And I told my therapist this, and my therapist was like, yep, that's definitely an ego thing. But even like my exes, right? They all, like 90% of them will text me every 6 months to 18 months. Every 6 to 18 months, they all reach out. Hey, how are you? Just wanted to check on you. I hope you're well. Hey, I see what you're doing. You're doing such a great job. Even to this day, right? You know what my response is?
No response.
No. No. Actually, that's my normal response.
Oh God, this is where the ego comes in.
This is my ego. My ego response. Now, this is some exes I'm still like cool with, so that they wouldn't. I'm talking about the weird ones. You know what I mean? Like the
the
weird
ones that you should know, like, don't contact me no more.
not even don't contact, but like there's no need to temperature check me. We're not
Right.
friends, you know? My
Right.
response is, so if they text, hey, how are you? I'm so happy to see how everything's going. I'm so sorry. I don't have this number saved. Who is this? I don't know. I don't even for what reason? And it's not even in like a I mean, it is part of it is ego. I have to be honest. Part of it is ego. The other part of it is I
Because
really
you know
don't
who
have
it
your
is.
number saved. No, I don't.
Oh, you really don't?
I don't.
Okay. I thought you was being
It's
petty
giving
for us.
delete. I don't have this number saved. I do not. Who is this? You were a ghost and you're trying to come back. You are not Lazarus. Go away. You know? I'm just saying, that's just me. I feel complete. Do you feel complete?
I feel complete, Sarah.
Okay.
I think you are absolutely insane. but
Okay,
it's
somebody's saying respond to our chats. I'm sorry, why would you stay in touch with exes? Facts. Sometimes you be learning facts. People who don't know God think it's what they say or right because they're all about manipulating people. Also true. Low self-esteem, true. So a bad person can't be ghosted. A bad person can be ghosted, but the ghoster is still wrong.
Yeah, it's still weak.
Hey, Sarah, thank you for all the motivation and encouragement. Yes, I'm listening.
No, I'm saying, like, it still makes them weak.
Oh, yeah. No, I was
for
ready.
sure.
I thought you were starting with the next question.
No, I thought you were reading the comments.
Oh, no, I'm here.
Okay, cool beans.
Okay.
Let's move on. Okay. Why do women have shame and pride over just being accountable?
Why do women have shame and pride instead of just being accountable? Actually, I think they lack accountability because they don't want to have shame
I
and
feel
pride.
like because that's I watched a video, and I think it's in our group of videos or one of them from the last content day where it talks about that the reason why women lack accountability is because on the other end of accountability is
it's shame
shame.
and fear.
It's shame, and women don't want to have to go through shame. It's something in us innately that does not want to experience shame. And that kind of
Yeah.
ties into the modern day woman, if you think, because what's one thing that this world desperately needs now?
Shame. We need some shame. Shame on everybody. Shame on you if I can see your nips in the grocery store. Shame on you if your booty cheeks are walking in front of your children. Shame on you for doing the twerking videos in front of your toddlers. Shame, 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 double shame. Okay, we need some shame. I'm sick and tired of this no shame in heaven world.
Bring
Okay,
shame
because
back.
now things are getting ridiculous.
Bring shame back for sure.
Bring shame back. That's what we should change our podcast to bring shame back.
Don't-
Okay? We need actually let me Google what is the definition of shame? Because I don't want to just speak out of off terms, but like really and truly, I want to say it as it is and not my definition of it. So shame. A painful feeling of humiliation or distress caused by consciousness of wrong or foolish behavior. Bring shame back. Bring it back. Bring foolish behavior. These little girls are really out here thinking that they need to be dressed in the most scantily clad, sleazy outfits just in order to get attention from a man. Well, you'll get attention, but you won't get respect. You might get a baby, but you'll never get marriage. And that is a scary, scary thing to have. We need to bring shame back.
Yeah, bring back shame for
Bring
sure.
shame back. Can y'all just let me know in the comments, please, for the love of God, can we please bring shame back? I'm so sick of it. You know what else I'm sick of? People not having shame around.
Ooh, yes, please. Go in. Say the thing.
Bring shame back for women asking for money when you don't even know that man. Bring shame back for men. Oh my God, bring shame back for men just thinking that you deserve a woman because you're a man with no effort. Shame, shame, double shame, 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 shame. I got so many things
Also, let's go deeper. Shame on the men who think they deserve the kitty because they took you out on one
That's
date.
what I just said. Shame.
No.
And shame on the women for giving up
No,
the kitty.
but to those men, that's effort. We talking. There's men.
That's
who
not
just,
effort.
There's men who
No.
think Netflix and chill is cool. Like, no,
That's not effort. That's habitualism. That is your habit. That is what you do. Insert woman here. There's nothing. Effort means it's intentional, which means you have to know what your person actually wants. Shame on them. Shame on me.
Netflix and chilling.
Shame
men,
on that.
Shame on you.
I'm gonna just start saying shame.
Shame on you.
Bring shame back.
Bring back
The scarlet letter.
Yes.
Shame. Just the shame. Okay. Sorry. Okay. I'm ready.
Shame on you.
Shame.
On your cow. Yo,
Shame.
I will cash out $5 if they know what movie I got that from. Next question. Why do dudes complain about there not being any good women and then fumble one?
Ooh. Okay. For information, Kenny, do men complain that there aren't any good women and then fumble them? No?
Yes. Future and Sierra. What? Stop playing with me.
I don't think he ever listen to his music.
But they were in a relationship.
Yeah, and he didn't
He fumbled her. He fumbled her.
but I don't
big
think he was
time.
ever saying there's no good women.
DDG and Haley Berry. Haley, is it
Yeah,
Haley
she
or
was holding their kid away from him.
It was she
That's
though?
what he said. I don't know them, so I can't speak to their story. I'm just saying I don't know that girl. What I do know is I don't feel like men that say there are no good women fumble them. I feel like that's the same thing as women being like, there's no good men. There are so many.
Yeah, that's more of a comment from a man who probably is miserable at the moment and lost.
Can I be honest about my experience on why I would say something like that? And this is me being accountable in front of millions of people.
Okay.
The reason why, because I believe I'm a good woman, right?
Okay. Yep.
You two would agree that I'm a good woman.
I would
right?
agree with that.
Right.
Absolutely.
The only
Told
reason
you
why
that
I would
yesterday.
feel like a man that I was with fumbled on me is because I did not choose powerfully. Every good woman going into a relationship knows from the jump if this person is right for them. The problem with a lot of women is they think that we are so good to change that man, and we will never be good enough to change a man ever. So in my situation, there's been times where I feel like, oh, these Negroes, they say they ain't no good women left, and when they find a woman like me, they fumble them. But it's like, am I attracting? Is the men that I'm attracting good? Really? Because is it what I'm attracting? Like, does that make sense?
I also feel like I've never been fumbled. I've only ever walked away. Which I guess for them they could say that they fumbled me, but I also feel like I feel like to fumble, I think fumbling happens for very specific reasons. If you fumble a woman, I believe it's because you don't know yourself all the way yet. You don't know God yet all the way, and you don't feel good in your bank account. Those are the reasons why men that want a good woman would fumble a good woman, because they'll sabotage themselves because they don't feel like they found themselves yet. And the truth is they haven't.
But also to the good woman who stop trying to be mamas to these men. Like, these men should not be projects. I'm not saying that you have to wait until like he's the completed project, because even Sarah and I both had agreed at one point that the work is never done, really. But I feel like when we, as a woman, we know that the man in his totality of what he is in this present moment, he is not going to give us what we want. We need to just exit stage left, and besides trying to be like, oh, well.
Yeah. But that goes back to, I still don't think that men, that's what I'm saying. Men that say there aren't good women, don't fumble them. Unless those three reasons. I think those are the only, if you self-sabotage your relationship because subconsciously you feel like you don't deserve her, that's a different, those are the only men that fumble women.
They need therapy.
Yeah.
They need to go to therapy.
And that's work that they got to do on themselves. Other than that, I don't think that that's the case. I think that it's just men that might be in the wrong places, looking for women in the wrong places. Like, are you looking for women in the club? Your wife probably ain't in there. I mean, maybe she is, but probably not. You know, are you looking for your wife in the grocery store? Are you looking for her at the park? Are you like, what are you doing to even find your wife? Are you on social media starting conversations with people? You know,
right.
I'm complete.
Next question.
Okay.
What's the biggest lie women tell themselves?
Damn.
Just say it.
What's the biggest lie women tell themselves?
Just say the thing.
Oh, there's so many things.
I know it. You ready?
Go ahead.
I am the table.
That's what you think the biggest lie is?
Yes, Sarah.
I don't think that's the
That's
biggest
the biggest
type.
lie women tell.
I think the biggest lie they tell themselves is that they have a bunch of options. I think that's the biggest lie.
Ooh.
Because
or the classic, I don't need no man. I'm a strong, independent woman.
I need a man.
I need one too, child.
I'm so excited to have my, like, just know, y'all, I'm popping out on Instagram married. Okay? That's all I know. Another big lie, I think, someone said, "No, I'll find my husband at a church or church conversation." Okay, that's great. Then there won't be no fumbling. That's true. Look, I'm just saying, I need a man, number one. I mean, I don't need a man. I'm just saying.
Speak to the women who walk around with their chest puffed out, shouting how they don't need a man.
They ain't masculine, and that's why they don't have no good man. And because they think they want a masculine man, but what they really need is a feminine man. And they really need to get rid of all that ego and come back to earth and realize that, show me one beautiful, striking person and I'll show you another one who's sick and tired of them. As the saying goes, come back to earth. Some people just really be out here living in Delulu land. Like, you really aren't as dope as you think you are. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I really feel like the biggest lie that women tell themselves is that they have all of these options, but they don't. Social media is like really destroying women for real.
Right.
Yeah.
This is a good question.
Okay.
Do you feel complete?
Yeah, I feel complete.
Somebody asked, one of the givers asked, is it a red flag when getting to know a person within 5 weeks he's saying he wants to marry you?
I don't think so.
Wait, what, Sarah?
No. Not the way I date. If you're not saying you want to marry me after 5 weeks, I got questions.
Why?
Because I don't think that it's time as much as it's depth. 5 weeks of intentional dating, like really getting to know someone, the good, the bad, the ugly, having experiences, playing games, taking them around your family. And this is for marriage-minded people, right? Because there's a difference between having a dating experience and marriage-minded people. I don't feel like it takes a ton of time for you to understand whether you want to marry someone or not. Now, are we going to get married in 5 weeks? No. But if we were engaged in 5 or 6 months, I could see that. If I was married in a year or a year and a half, I could see that the way I date, because I'm intentional and I'm marriage-minded. And I think there's a big difference between someone that is marriage-minded and someone that just wants a dating experience. I thought of a question, actually, that I want to answer, because someone said it in the caption, but what were you going to say?
I was just saying that it's kind of tricky when it comes down to like the 5 week thing, right? Because I feel you, and I believe that when I'm set up and I'm ready to officially start powerfully choosing who I'm dating and in that lifestyle again, if maybe it's trauma, maybe my mindset will change after therapy, but I just feel like that could possibly be a love bombing tactic as well. So
It could be. So you have to be mindful.
Right, we
and
have
observe.
to be mindful about stuff like that.
And then I also, this brings me to, because somebody said in the comments of our last one of our clips that went up, and they were saying, is it a red flag for someone? I said, ask questions, like ask if they want marriage. And somebody said, it's a red flag if someone asks you at the beginning of dating if your intention is to be married. No, that shit is definitely not a red flag. Because if you aren't marriage-minded, I don't want to date you. And if it makes you feel weird or scared or like I'm moving too fast because I'm asking you about your ultimate goal, you're not even almost on the level that I'm on. Because the idea of having a conversation about the desires of your heart is completely different from saying, do you want to get married tomorrow?
Right.
And if all you can hear by someone saying, are you dating with the intention of marriage, turns into, oh, this is too serious for me, then you ain't ready to be serious. Because the truth is, I don't even feel like there needs to be a long engagement or a long dating process. It takes about 6 months for you to understand if this is somebody that you really want to see yourself with. In the first 6 months, did you know, and I've said this before, Statistically speaking, most people break up a year, 3 year, 5 years down the line for what they saw in the first 30 days of dating.
Yeah, that's real.
First 30 days.
I am a victim of that statistic. Unfortunately, I saw everything that I divorced my ex-husband for. I saw in the beginning of our relationship.
Yep.
And if I just would have trusted my gut, had more faith in God, I wouldn't have went through none of the trauma that I went through.
That part. What's up, guys? Sarah Fontenot here. I just had to pause this episode really quick to let you know, if you have not yet, click the link below for our ebook, okay? How to become a more feminine woman. People ask me these things. These are actionable 10 quick steps, intro to femininity, with a video that goes over some things in even more detail. So that's for you. Make sure to click that link below and get your ebook on how to increase your femininity. 10 really simple steps. Love you guys. Now let's get back to it.
And
Okay, I'm complete.
I feel like a lot of times women don't know how to say what I just said. They don't know how to say, like, yeah, I didn't choose powerful. That's that accountability, girl.
That's a fact.
Gots to have that accountability.
That's that vetting process and honoring your intuition, honoring the God that you know that you hear that's inside of you. Okay, I'm complete.
If you ask a man if he has the intention of marriage, isn't that a red flag of moving too fast?
No, I kind of just answered that. No, I don't feel like that's a red flag of moving too fast. I think that a marriage-minded person has no problem talking about the fact that they are marriage-minded. Mm-hmm. A marriage-minded person is going to say yes, or they're going to say, I'm just seeing how it goes. I don't want to get anything too serious.
Yeah.
And then observe, because a husband and a wife that are unmarried move differently than a person that just wants to date. Right. Now, I want to remind people, when I speak on husband and wife, I'm speaking to marriage under God, a godly marriage, which is different from just getting married. Mm-hmm. All right. I feel complete.
If a man is not paying my bills, can he really tell me what to do? Yeah, I said it. I want to know. If a man is not paying my bills, can he really tell me what to do?
That's your man. You chose him?
Well, of course, because I ain't got to listen to nobody. Like, what? Who are you? Like,
if a man is not paying your bills, but you chose that man, yeah, he could tell you what to do. Actually, no. I don't want a man to tell me what to do. I hope that he leads me into what to do. I don't need a boss. I need a leader. I want somebody that inspires me to follow him, because you don't need to tell me what to do. The truth is that a good woman that loves you and trusts you, you don't have to tell her certain things. She's going to be inspired to do it.
Right.
Even as an example, the way that a woman dresses, if she feels okay dressing sleazily outside with or without her man, I don't think that she respects him. Mm-hmm. Because every other man in there that's looking at her with derogatory or, crazy thoughts about that woman, it's a reflection of the man. Unless you're in the entertainment industry, or you're an entertainment style type kind of entrepreneur, or you're in you're an athlete of some sort. But if you're like CEO, business owner, brick and mortar, there's certain things that you just have to move different. You can't be like all these women out here. Mm-hmm. In my opinion.
That's fair. That is fair. Next question. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about dating the safe partner instead of waiting for the one that is for you? Essentially, how do you feel about me wasting somebody's time while I wait for the one that I really want? That's the real, that's what the question is.
I'm not a filler girl. I just don't believe in that. I feel like it's not giving. And if they have questions, Kenny, let me know. I'd love to hear their questions too. But I feel like no, but I don't like the word safe, because I want safety. And I want security, and I want respect. And sometimes women would be so lucky as to have the safe guy. Oftentimes, I feel like the man that is quote unquote safe is overlooked because he's not a bad boy, quote unquote, but the bad boy doesn't marry you. He doesn't want a family. He baby mamas you most of the time. Right? Or, yeah, no.
So, follow-up question, which is actually kind of in alignment with what we talked about yesterday and what we just spoke about. How do you know? Oh, excuse me. How do you know that he is the one? Share previous experience if you don't mind.
How do you know that a man is the one? Wow, that's actually a really beautiful question. I feel like we've been talking about that.
We have.
Number one, I think that you really have to know God and you really have to know yourself in order to know if someone can be the one. Because the truth is, no one will ever come to you fully done. Like this is the most perfect man on the planet, but they could be perfect for you, and they could be imperfectly perfect for you.
Right.
And so I think that the one is someone that you're equally yoked with, and then you both start to create that harvest together. You both start to build what it is and move in the direction of what it is that you want together. So
I don't think there's a such thing as like a predestined one.
I don't
feel like
either. We talked about that.
I feel like you stumble upon somebody that has the same moral compass and values and life choices as you,
and you figure it out.
and y'all make a choice to powerfully choose each other for the rest of y'all life.
And it's hard.
Yeah.
I do think that sometimes like fear of commitment is real. Fear of commitment is a real thing.
It is. We've talked about that a lot lately. And I have a therapy session on Friday. We can move forward.
Like, okay, I'm complete.
Cause somebody asked, somebody said, no question, just want to say you're gorgeous.
Aw,
Thank you. We love Sarah.
I love you too.
What advice do you have for men that can't find quality partners with old school tendencies?
Look somewhere else.
I was about to say, you looking in the wrong place.
Right. Where are you looking at? But if you can't find anyone that has traditional values, they're everywhere. But the problem is a lot of these women are in the house. They got to get outside. You know how many beautiful women with solid careers who are feminine and kind and loving and nurturing, and they have had it with this dating experience because a lot of y'all men think you deserve the kitty after a dinner. And they are tired of competing with women that are naked in public. They are tired they're tired. So I think that men have to do a better job of being, showing that like the dating pool is worth getting into. Because honestly, I'm not even going to lie. I know a lot of women that are like, nah, I'd rather be single. Nope, I have a dog. Nope, I'd rather stay in. Nope, I'm going to drink tea. Like it's a thing. Like women are so content being single, but the problem is it's not the baddies and the entitled takers that are content being single. They want that dating experience. It's the good women that you take home to mom that want to be a wife that are in the house and they are scared to come out. And it is because of the ratchetness and the ugliness and the transactions that are happening in the streets. That's what has to change. That's where the good women are. So get on social media, start looking at different profiles. And also, I would say for the men, like, stop following big bootied photos from the back women, because why? Also, that's a question. Kenny, why do men follow big bootied photos from the back women on Instagram?
As a man in a relationship, I don't do that. Just to be clear, I do not do that. As a single man, I think it's okay because you're kind of like, you're getting teased in a moment and you're just like, oh, I like this. It's just excitement. Like if you look at social media, it's literally a gambling machine. You're pulling it down. So when you pull it down, the next post is like, oh, it's a baddie. I'm hyped. I'm about to comment and hope for the best out of these 1,000 comments. So you got some dudes that like it because they just love visual, right? They love corn hub. You know what I mean? Like all those things. Like so, all these different things is just around that element. But when you're a high value person, you're focused on other things. You're not focused on following these big booty model chicks. You're not focused on did they just post? Did they comment back to my heart? Like all these different things. So I see a low vibrational man loves to follow all these women because they're not really focused on what they should be focused on. A high vibrational value man, he's probably unfollowing, like myself, unfollowing these chicks, especially when you're in a serious relationship. Unfollow those chicks.
Unfollow.
Especially if they ain't running no business with you, no actual benefits, it's not helping you and your lady out, your business, whatever. Cut them out. Don't get distracted by the devil.
Period. The devil. Look, I really do feel like that is such a distraction. And I also feel like because now that's become like the new level of what beauty is to you, now you might have unrealistic expectations of how a woman's actually supposed to look.
Like real bodies don't look like that. Like it's
At
just
all.
like
And real
like,
bodies are coming back.
Right.
We coming back in style.
I'm telling you because haven't you heard them BBLs be stanking, girl?
I did not hear that.
Girl, is going around.
not heard
I'm not
that.
trying to be funny. Stop laughing,
I have
Kenny.
not heard that at
I'm
all.
serious. There's a thing going around how girls with BBLs, they be funky.
I do not think that. But
No, it's not a thing. It is a thing
I
going
know a couple
around.
people with a BBL, and I ain't never smelled them before. I feel like they was fresh when they was around.
I'm not saying every woman with a BBL, but maybe the
okay.
ones that
Don't
got 'em.
shower. Just kidding.
Or
Okay.
okay. Next
Can
question.
I also say this? I want
Yes.
to caveat this, okay? Because for my ladies, in the last episode, we talked about taking care of yourself, right? I don't even know if this is necessary to say, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Can I have 3, whatever this is? Yeah. Ladies, let me tell you one of the best ways to instantly increase your femininity. It is to increase and heavily take care of your hygiene. I know that this is probably like, oh yeah, of course, duh, obviously, okay, we all know that. But like, we don't understand how far a smell good goes, whether that be perfume or a lotion or an oil, a shower every single day, flossing and brushing our teeth. Do you know it takes me about 5 minutes every morning because my toothbrush takes 2 minutes. You know, the electric, it times it. So that's definitely 2 minutes. Then you floss your teeth. Then you do mouthwash after that because some people also have halitosis. Okay, this is when the breath be sharp. Okay, some of us got to do the work to clean our mouths because men are looking at all of those things. And let's even just take the man out of it. We feel so much better when we take care of our bodies. Showering, manicures, pedicures. If you don't want to go get it done, cut your own nails, get a nail file. You know,
Get a tongue scraper.
buff your nails out. Yeah, get a tongue scraper. Do one of those masks once a week. Get a good clay mask. Oh my God, I'm totally on a skincare journey right now. I gotta say, I started doing spirulactone. I don't even do medicine, but I'm doing this, okay? I'm trying to make sure that my skin is clearing up. I did a chemical peel with Skin So Bare, laser. I get my laser treatment there. Now I'm doing like facials and microneedling and all of that with a new person. And I'm just so excited about the results that I'm already getting. And it's just something about feeling good in your own skin, with or without makeup on or without any of the extras. It's so important to feel good in your skin because that energy is so attractive. Sorry, I just had to go on that.
No, I
random
love that
caveat.
because it's so important. You'll be surprised. Like being your friend helps me realize how much my mom didn't teach me, and that's not a shot to my mom because my mom genuinely did the best that she could. Like,
Right.
But it just shows how much I didn't learn. Like I'm not saying my mom didn't teach me about hygiene, but it's just like there's just a lot of stuff that we talk about that I ain't heard until we got here, girl.
She didn't teach you, you said?
Yeah.
Oh. But you know what? I was a dirty kid though. Like I did not shower every day. And maybe that's also why I'm so passionate about being so clean. Because back in like, well, y'all call it middle school, but I was still elementary school because we have K-8 back home. When I was in like grade 6, grade 5, grade 4, I didn't shower every day. I just didn't. And kids made fun of me for it. You know, it lives with you. So it's something that we want to be mindful of. That's why I'm as passionate about it. When that girl called me nasty in front of my whole class, now that now we'll say this, with your limiting beliefs, that story I created that said, if I let you in, you'll betray me. I also created a story that I didn't know I created at that time that said, you'll never be able to call me dirty again. No one will ever be able to call me dirty again. And that's probably why I'm so extreme with how things look.
Yeah, Sarah is very dainty, very delicate, very glass and mirrors and all of the things.
Definitely.
Like, it's very like.
Someone said, was I a tomboy? Yes, I was a tomboy and a nasty one. Okay, I'm complete.
All right, next question.
Okay.
This is going to be a good one.
I love good ones.
How can I make my boyfriend understand that it is wrong to like women's posts and stories on IG?
Ooh, how can I make my boyfriend understand that it is wrong to like? Yeah, see, I can't stand that. Men, if you got a girl, like that picture in your mind, because it's really not even about the fact that that girl is now getting your energy. It's the fact, and this is where we have to protect our partner, because other women, this is the thing about women. This is how terrible we are, okay? What women do is we as women will see a man in a relationship and we want to know how much of a relationship is he really in? How good to her is he really? Does he really love her? And then they'll say things like, oh, he was liking all my pictures. Oh, he's still all up in my DMs. Oh, he's still sending me heart eyes. And it just makes your girl look like a clown, okay? It's giving an opportunity for other women. And trust me, the same way that men talk, women talk, okay?
Yeah.
For women to get around and talk about your girl and make her sound like a lame and a loser, and that the person that she has is also a lame and a loser. There's literally nothing worse than that. Now, I'm not saying don't watch the story. I'm also not saying don't like the picture. I'm just saying don't like the picture physically. Like it in your head, send it to your friends, put it in your boys' chat, talk about it over there, but do not publicly give energy, attention, effort, any of that to any woman on the internet, because it makes your girl look like it's just space for somebody to disrespect your girl. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
And don't even put in the group chat, guys. Leave it alone.
I mean, yeah, because now you're creating temptation in the group chat.
My thing is, a lot of times people don't talk about what the lust of the eyes is. And a lot of times, this is controversial that we can speak on, that's on brand. It's okay to look. Is it really though?
I think it is. I think it's natural to look. I think it's foolish for us as women to be like, he's not supposed to look at anything else. What do you mean? He's a man.
Looking,
of course he's gonna look.
Like a look, but it's like when you look, are you like looking and observing to absolve for yourself, or are you just like a glance and you going about your way? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I look. I am so like, when I see a beautiful woman, I'll literally be like, dang, she's so beautiful.
Yeah,
we
for
do that
sure.
all the time.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
Oh my God, I love your eyelashes. Oh my God, you have great brows. Ooh, girl, your skin is popping
Yeah, I'm
today.
not saying I do this, but I'm just saying like there's women out here who genuinely get mad because
I think it's a waste of energy. It is a waste of energy for you to get mad at your partner for looking at a woman. He is a man. Men are aesthetic. Now, if he is Googling over this woman, if he is drooling over this woman, if he is being inappropriate with this woman, if he's breaking his neck to look at a woman, that's different. But if he just glances, you know what I mean? There's literally nothing wrong with that. It's actually very natural. And if he stops looking at women, you should probably ask some questions.
So there was so let's say you and a guy are at the gym.
Okay.
And you're beautiful.
Thank
Gorgeous.
you. Thanks.
With or without makeup on.
Thank you.
Looks, face still symmetrical, everything. And your body is always still bodying.
I'd be trying, but I'm getting a little thick now. It's okay.
Hey, girl.
Back to you.
The body is tea.
Back to you.
Anyway, homegirl walks through.
Okay.
She's gorgeous. And your man is just like he's not like staring at her long, but he's looking like he keeps making like his eyes keep making her eyes. Like he keeps looking like
Eye contact?
yeah, or just he's mesmerized by her beauty. Like he can't stop looking at her.
Nah.
How would you react to that?
First of all, for me, I feel like, why are your eyes meeting her eyes? Eyes are the gateway of the soul. Okay? So if eyes are the gateway of the soul, you definitely do not want to look eye to eye with a person. I'm not going to be in here making eyes at a man. A man wouldn't feel comfortable with that. A woman probably wouldn't feel comfortable with that. Now, that being said, I'm not so big as to think that my man isn't going to look at a beautiful woman. That is normal. The body is bodying. That is great. I'm not insecure. And some of us women have to work on our own insecurities that we're projecting onto our man, trying to make it about another woman. But the truth is, we just don't feel good in our own body. We don't feel good how we stepped out of the house. We don't feel good how we haven't gotten our hair done in X amount of time. We don't feel good that our nails haven't been done in X amount of time. Or maybe that's the only thing that we actually do now these days because we're so busy with the kids, we don't even have time to get dressed up anymore, right? So whatever the excuse is, and every excuse is valid, it just rarely hinders a result. If that man is looking at another woman as a glance, that's fine. But if a man is making eye contact several times, now I've got questions. Why? Why are you making eyes several times again and again and again? That doesn't make any sense to me. So how would I handle that situation? When we're moving to the next machine in a workout, I would say, baby, we could role play.
Okay.
Baby,
Yes.
I'm feeling a little insecure because I don't know what I was seeing, and tell me if I'm wrong, but I feel like you were kind of making eyes at another woman in the gym.
That may have happened.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay, but is there a reason why?
No, other than the fact that like her beauty caught my eye, or like
Okay, well, can we do this moving forward? Like if you see someone and she's really beautiful, I don't mind you looking, but like the continuous looks just makes me feel insecure. I don't like that. Is that okay?
I would love that.
Boom, end of story. So now I
Wait,
Yeah.
because you ain't about to just move past it like you ain't just said what you just said.
What you mean?
You would say that?
Absolutely.
Stop playing with me.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying that what you're saying is far-fetched. I just never thought I would hear you say those words.
that I feel insecure.
No, not just everything that you said in totality. Not just you feeling insecure. Every woman feels insecure at some point. I believe.
Which part of that is confusing?
Just it's not the fact that it's confusing. It's just that I'm surprised.
Why?
Like, because like
This is the thing. In order to be with a high value, high earning, masculine man, and this is where a lot of women go wrong. They have not mastered their communication. They say like, I don't want to have to do all that in order to be with a man. Then you don't want this type of man. Because if you were in the gym and you like, why are you looking at that girl so much? Oh, you definitely don't want this type of man. If you're in the gym and you're like, oh man, or you walk away and you get an attitude. You definitely don't want this type of man.
I feel like women, it's hard for women because they tear you alive in these comments. They say no woman ever will do that. And
That's why they don't date the men that I date. I'm going to keep it 1,000. If you have never dated a multimillionaire, then you would say that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have to learn to mind your tone. You have to learn to communicate effectively. And to be honest, you do kind of have to jump through hoops and do the most. And it's not walking on eggshells. It's letting that man lead the way. It's allowing that man to be in his masculine. It's allowing him to fix the problem, not you blaming him, wronging him, and projecting your insecurities onto him. Because the truth is, did he do anything wrong? No, he didn't. But it just made me feel a way.
Yeah.
So my job is to express how I feel.
I feel like there's a difference between right and wrong and how I feel. Like
There's a complete difference.
But a lot of people don't know the difference between that. They don't know the difference between, okay, like you just said, did he do something wrong? No, it's just he made me feel a type of way.
Exactly.
So there's like, okay, my feelings are always valid, but in essence, is his actions wrong?
Right.
No. So Let me communicate. And I feel like the reason why women won't ever come to a man and say that she feels insecure about something is because it's an ego thing. Like,
it is absolutely an ego thing.
Yeah, it's an ego. It's pride. Like,
Right.
if you should be able to come to your man and saying that something he's doing is making you feel insecure. Because the minute you don't feel insecure, you cannot perform on the same level that you had before. So it's like, just say that you feel insecure.
And the truth is, men, look, ladies, I don't even, some might say it's manipulative. I say it's contravention. The truth is, men that love you, they want you to feel good. A man that really loves you for real is going to be like, damn, baby, I'm sorry, you're right. And now he's going to be mindful. Go ahead and look. That's natural.
So,
but all of these additional looks, they don't make me feel good. Moving forward, if we're in a gym together, I don't want to see that. And there's nothing, and that is the difference between assertiveness and aggressiveness. This is why I tell people all the time, get the book, get the ebook, y'all. Get the ebook, y'all. Is you can get it anywhere. The reason why I say that is because I can still get what I want without tearing a man down, creating resentment, and making it where I feel like I have to do a big happy dance. I don't want to do that. But I do want to let you know how I feel. That's important to me because we don't want our feelings to build up into resentment because we've never expressed ourselves.
This is true. This is true.
But yeah.
Next question.
Okay.
Women who's naked on the internet with a boyfriend. Speak on that. Don't look like that. Just speak on it.
Woman is naked on the
The
internet.
women who be half naked on the gram and they be having a man, Sarah. You know who I'm talking about?
I think their boyfriends are weak. I think their boyfriends are weak. I think their boyfriends are seeking attention. I think their boyfriends don't know how to love. And I don't think their boyfriends have a lot of respect because they think that beautiful woman in the eyes that their beautiful woman is getting is going to give them respect. But actually, they're getting talked about. Like, okay, she might be a bad one, but I bet the whole city ran through you. Because it's only it's a certain type of woman that even feels comfortable to be like sleazily dressed, like scantily clad, half naked in these streets, like every appendage is out. Oh, nah. It's giving, that man is probably weak and he wants respect so bad. And that woman, she's probably empty.
Wait, empty in what?
Empty in everything that counts.
Oh.
Like, are you
just
performing?
Bottomless. You're just bottomless. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, like, if you're a performer, that's different. If you're in entertainment, that's different. If you all of these things, that's different. But if you are just on a date night out and all of your stuff is out, like I can see everything. And that's another reason why I feel like these days I keep saying men don't like women. Men don't like women because now everything that used to be cherished and prized is now seen on an Instagram post.
Yeah.
It's not hard to get to. It's not hard to see.
There's nothing left to secrecy at all.
I can literally take you for dinner for $50 and sleep with you the same night. Bring shame back.
Yeah. There's nothing sacred anymore.
Shame back. We need to have sacredness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so look, pause. I know you're enjoying this episode. I'll be super quick, okay? When you are on the go and you want to look cute, baby, we got merch now, okay? So if your hair is a little tussled, turned, the edge control ain't edge controlling, go ahead and get you a cute little It's Giving hat. Or if you're thirsty, feeling parched, and you want your drink to stay cold all day, there was nothing in this cup. But you know what? It will keep my beverages cold. So if this is for you guys, we got hoodies, we got all the things. Make sure to check out the store below and get what you love. Let me tell you, it is quality over here, baby. Let's get it. Back to the show.
All right, it's time to react to some videos.
Okay.
Are we rapping? Are we rap?
Let's do one video.
Yeah, let's do one video and we're going to rap.
Look at Kenny. He like, nah, not today. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
You have to have a hard time with the men.
I do. I had his great boyfriend. We fought on the same card. During the fight, he almost gets knocked out. As this guy is mauling him, he goes like this. What do you think I was thinking?
You didn't like it.
No. That was, like, take that
Did it turn you off?
Oh my God, so much.
Whoa.
You have to have a hard time with them.
She is
UFC fighter. Some kind of fighter.
She's a UFC fighter. Very
and he's
success-
also a fighter.
He's also a fighter. I would assume that he would be more masculine than she is. I mean, yeah, more masculine than she is. Can you kind of expound on that? Like women that are in like fighters and stuff like that, like the Layla Ali's and stuff. They can still be feminine, right? They're still feminine, right?
I think you can still be feminine. Just because you're inside of a masculine dominated industry or a male dominated industry does not mean that you can't do it. It just means when you go home, if you want a masculine man, you got to take that off.
So
You got to be able to separate.
let's go back to the video then.
Okay.
How do you feel about this woman no longer being turned on by her man who cowered
Who
from a fight?
winced when when
Yeah.
a punch was coming?
Yeah.
I feel like that's human, but I'm also not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. So I can't, I don't know. I don't know. She's like, take that. I don't want to take no hit to the face if I don't have to. What are we talking about? I'm with him. Mind you, I'm not a fighter. I don't know the techniques that go about, but mind you, she said take that. That means get hit in the face. No. No. For me, I don't know.
Well, I feel complete.
I want to do one more video.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Google the richest women in the world, where they got their money from.
Oh,
It's rough out there, guys. They ain't starting businesses. They're marrying dummies. There was one woman, Elizabeth Holmes, the richest woman ever. She ran a company called Theranos. It was a blood testing company, and what it was they just take a prick of your blood, and they're going to be able to do a battery of tests on you and find out what's going on. Problem was, it didn't fucking work. They falsified all sorts of data, and they lied to investors. She was worth $34 billion at one point. It was all fraudulent. She's going to jail forever.
Dang, now she's going to jail forever. I mean, I think that kind of says a lot about women in business. That's true, though. Richest way to get rich in America is to sue someone. Second richest way is to marry someone as a woman.
What?
It's just the facts. Mind you, with Trump in office, I could totally see him doing some kind of bill where, like, you are not entitled to any money before, like, to help the men that are like him. I could see him doing something like that, if that makes any sense. In my own brain.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I feel complete. What about you, Sarah?
I am complete.
Yay.
I am complete. Should we go live again? Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments. Put a fireball in the chat if you want us to go live one more time. And shot by Aneesa. Thank you, girl, for today and all these questions.
Thank you. It's no problem. I'm just doing my job or
You
whatever.
know you feel me. We got creative director of the year producer, who is Kenny V on a switchboard. What's up? I'm seeing some fireballs. Yes, we will be going live again. In how long?
In about
10 minutes. In 10 minutes, we go again. So, guys, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching this full episode. Send this to someone that you know may need to hear it, may want to watch it, or just might want some entertainment, because we do a little bit of everything. And if you haven't yet, please hit that button below to get subscribed. Hit that bell so you get a notification with each new piece of content. And if no one has told you today, you are freaking phenomenal. Bomb.com. Nothing can stop you but you, but you got to do something about it. Love you guys. Mwah. Bye.
Bye.
Woo, woo.